I want to ask you a question. You're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a mind?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You have an immaterial mind?
Material mind, no, mind is just a concept that we can use for, we use it sometimes in synonym with brain, but it's beyond
not
brain.
brain,
Yeah,
though, right?
It's not brain.
materialistic.
How do you
Not
know
brain.
you have a mind?
Yeah. Can you empirically, scientifically test that you have a mind?
It's the thing that gives me the capability to see things subjectively.
But those
But
are
you
happening in
can't
your brain,
empirically
though.
prove it. You can
Those
empirically
are
prove you have a
happening in
brain.
No, you cannot
You can't empirically prove you have a mind.
subjectivity. Yes, you can't.
Correct. Nonetheless, we all take it to be true.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
here
Is it true that you have
some?
subjective opinions?
Yeah, because we logically can arrive at it even if we cannot empirically prove it.
Well,
We
you can
don't.
intu- you
We
can
don't have
intuit
to. We don't have to believe things that are only empirically proven. You can
Agreed.
arrive there.
Agreed.
No.
With logic.
I'm not just saying. But okay, is logic empirically proven?
Logic is the way in which we see the world and we understand it. And if you don't, you're illogical and you're outside
Hang on.
of understanding reality.
Logic is a tool. It's a method.
Logic is.
I disagree.
It's
You disagree.
I
Hold
wouldn't
on,
know how to define it, but it's a set of axioms that define everything, cause and effect of math and lots of
Logic
things.
is a process of deduction using if-then inferences and
No.
syllogisms.
Well, no. I'm talking about, and that's reasoning.
laws of logic.
I'm talking about the laws of logic. That's
No,
reasoning.
logic and
I'm talking. No, I'm talking about laws
What's
of
the difference
logic.
between logic and reasoning?
Because reasoning is the use of logic. It's
Okay,
layering
okay,
up.
sorry, they're entangled, for God's sake. Okay, we're talking on the same ballpark.
Okay.
Reasoning and logic, the application of logic is reasoning fine, which uses if-then statements based on causality in a self-consistent universe, yeah? You assume that you live in a
Oh,
non-contradictory environment.
what do you say? A self-consistent universe?
Yeah, we
That
all make this
assumes that
assumption.
a self-consistent universe is true, right?
It's a precept.
Okay.
That's a precept
would
of
that
all
be
of our
the
thinking,
precept
whether you're an atheist
So
or
there's
not.
objective
Because
truth.
in the moment that it's not
There would be
self-consistent-
objective conclusions you can draw in a
He's an
self-consistent.
atheist.
I
I'm a
believe in
universe.
all-
I'm
Oh, sorry, he's
I'm
universalist.
universalist. You're an atheist.
Yeah, but I do believe in objective truth.
Yeah, I
How do
believe
you?
in objective
Whoa! No. How do you ground as an atheist? How do you ground objective truth?
Because
we're all
things can be
chemicals.
true logically speaking. You have certain
How?
axioms.
How?
Because
Through
you have
axioms.
certain axioms in which we can use to communicate with each other. I am Emilio,
Okay,
you are...
that's appealing to not moral subjectivity. It's a subjective group subjectivity where everyone is now agreeing that this is the standard narrative.
That's consensus, yeah.
Yeah. So how would you know that your truth is objective, not consensus?
No, I don't think
That's
it's
not an
about
appeal to
consensus.
consensus.
Yeah.
I think it is.
It's not.
No,
You haven't.
there's
no.
certain axioms
Yeah.
of logical things that we
Where-
use to communicate with
Okay,
each other.
question. Okay,
That's
question.
communicate.
Where did those axioms come from?
Don't know, but
They-
let's agree
they're
we
just-
use them.
No, we don't. Before we, hey, no. Before we get to agreement, where do the axioms come from? Ask your question.
Axioms are important.
We're
then
not.
you can
He's
discuss where
skipping.
they come
He's
from.
skipping.
I'm not. Mate,
No,
that's
he's
really
skipping.
important.
No, but he's skipping.
Let's
I don't
take
care
it
about
from-
us agreeing on the axioms yet. I want to know where they come from.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah,
a deeper
because
question.
It serves your point, but like I do agree with if we don't agree with
If we
axioms,
don't
because
agree
it is something
axioms
that
are
we have to
pivotal, I'm not going to get
No.
into an
You
argument
openly have
about
to
where they come from.
Does
Some
something?
axioms, yes, so that we can communicate. Just as I am Emilio, you are. Do we agree that I am Emilio?
Pardon?
Do
We agree that you
Yeah.
call yourself a
Yeah, I call.
But I'm not
myself
talking
Emilio.
about the agreement. I don't care because I could disagree and there's nothing you could do about that. Now,
But then
no,
if we
wait.
disagree with that, then we can't communicate because you're
Exactly.
denying.
So when
Oh, so
you
is
prove your objective reality?
so is communication real? Is communication objectively real? Are you objectively or communicating with
I
me?
am communicating with you right now. Yes.
Okay, how do you ground that you are objectively communicating with me?
I can answer that if you can.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm asking you. I know, I've spoken to him thousands of times.
I'm not exactly. I literally
No,
am
but
not
I know.
What am I
Okay, sorry.
gonna- what am I
Okay,
gonna say?
wait. I know you're not an expert.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to do is I am trying to understand your world view, right?
Yes.
And if there's a lack of understanding there, if you say I don't know, trust me, I'm not going to start pushing. But what I'll do is I'll try and explain my worldview to show how I start bridging gaps. So that's what I'm trying to ask you. Those axioms, right? That you say that we all agree on. Cool, that's fine. Where does that axiom actually come from?
from logic.
Where does logic come from?
By reason.
That's circular.
That's circular.
Dude.
The axioms are
The
the process
axioms
of what
are
you're
an
doing.
implicit property of the ontological reality we live in. They're
That
an
was a bunch of spaghetti.
No. Oh, sorry. The axiom, in other words, the universal rule that this will always drop when I let go,
According
is
to
fundamentally a property of reality itself. It is intrinsic and inevitable
as soon as you say reality,
in the
that's
fabric
objective
of
reality.
That's
nature.
objective.
Yeah, but I think what that asks
But he
Now, I
believes in objective
I
reality.
can
It's
use
because
a
he's a
universalist.
universalist.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I can use the tool of logic
No, but what I'm saying-
to understand how the axiom operates. But the axiom itself, you asked where it came from, it comes from implicitly within reality itself. It is a priori there as a brute
He is
fact.
appealing to reality itself or
That is a
objective,
logical position.
objective
It's not.
understanding, objective truth.
Totally logical.
No, because reality changes all the time. So do the laws of logic change?
Never with an exception to the
Now,
axiom. There is
if
no
I
version
question
of reality where
point-
this doesn't
So that
apply.
means you're saying okay. I don't want to split.
Where
I
does reality
don't
come
want to split up. I don't want to split up.
You don't have there's questions
Now
that
I'll
have
ask you
no
the question.
answers.
Where does reality come from?
I
What,
think there's
what do you mean by reality?
Because you made reality the
Whoa.
objective understanding for why the bottle is
What do you mean
dropping.
by reality?
You can't say
You
that.
said it.
You said reality.
Where does your understanding of
You use reality
come from?
first.
You can't flip the question back on me.
Okay, fine. I believe it most. Number one, I don't know. Number two, I think it most. Is that a terrible thing? to
No,
say?
because no. The reason
Okay.
no. It's
Okay,
not.
so
It's not
number two,
terrible.
good.
I'm not pressure. It's
I'm
just
being
that.
honest. I
Yeah,
could
that's
easily
fine.
go, I know everything, but I don't.
No, but if you're saying that you don't know what reality is, how
you're
can
appealing
how-
for your objective
Exactly.
I have a personal definition of reality I could share with you and take some time. I'm
Okay.
asking what definition of the word reality you might be
Well,
using.
I'm looking for the objective reality that you're saying that would allow this bottle to
These
drop.
axioms, yeah.
This axiom for the bottle to drop.
I'm-
Well, what? Because it seems like it can't be dependent on your mind because it's happening to everyone else. So where would that reality
I'm with
come from
okay.
if it's
I
for everyone
personally
else?
am with Bertrand Russell, who said that the ontological cosmos.
Who said that?
You didn't let me.
No, sorry, I was just thinking.
Bertrand Russell.
Sorry.
He says this is a brute fact. In other words.
Where's he getting this fact
Oh,
from?
sorry, silly old Bertrand Russell. What do you mean?
No, yeah, where's he
Bertrand
getting this
Russell
fact from?
postulates-
Because we're talking about the precepts, right? We're not talking about human reason.
That's why I said
if
he-
you're bringing any scholars,
You're
those are
asking-
also the
Sorry,
human
you're asking
reason.
what I believe, and
What
I'm
is
not allowed
reality?
to tell you what I believe.
No,
Yeah, you are telling
but-
us,
but-
I'm
Other
telling you.
people
Okay,
who
valid.
seem to have some skill at this and say I concur with them. Is that not a reasonable way to?
Yeah, and
But-
then-
That's an
I'll
argument,
ask you
but
where
isn't
you're
isn't that an
coming
argument from authority?
Consensus
Yes,
as well,
I'm using
authority.
an argument from authority, but I'm cross-referencing with an argument from logic. Yeah, and I think it's
What-
both
sorry.
logical and an argument.
What,
from
what,
authority.
wait,
And
Tony,
you-
just slow down. What? So you are appealing to Bertrand Russell, you said,
Bertrand Russell believes that the cosmos is basically a brute fact.
and so that's a position of authority, right? That's why you take his fact.
Logical
I
fallacy.
respect.
No,
it.
that's I'm saying that's one,
That's
and
an
then
argument from authority.
and
but
then I'm saying what, and you intersect that with.
Oh,
You said,
with actually trying to use logic itself as a tool.
Where you getting that
my
logic
appeal-
from?
what, and then we go.
Because what are the logical...
Where is he getting that logic
Amazing.
from?
He asked me a question.
We're
I
looking
don't
for-
get
no,
it.
no,
No,
We're
we're
looking for
trying
objective
to
reality.
we're trying
You're
to
giving us
understand how you
another-
intersect.
Okay, then
We're
kindly,
looking for objective-
gentlemen,
let me-
kindly then both be quiet for 30 seconds. Then I'll be quiet for 30 seconds, so we can have a conversation. Is that a good idea?
I'm just trying to inquire,
Okay,
right?
fine, you're inquiring.
As you're going
Your
along.
question is, where did it come from? My answer,
Well,
I'll
no, no,
try
but the
it.
question is, where does reality come
Okay,
from?
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, having not defined what we mean by reality, I'll assume we've got a ballpark idea what we mean anyway, okay? I think we probably mean the entirety of the cosmos and all that is. Do you mean that?
I agree.
Yeah? Which is what ontology studies, being. So I think when you say what is reality, you're referring to what in philosophical terms they call being. All right? So
I said, where does it come
no.
from? I didn't say what it is.
I know, but
Those
I
are
know
two different
before,
questions.
to answer your question accurately, I need to know what you're referring to. I think you probably are referring to
The state-
what philosophers might call
The
the
state
totality
of
of being.
objective. That
But-
wait, let me give you a light definition. It might be it might not
Okay.
be a full definition. I will call reality the state of existence the state of existence that is external from a human mind. Reality is external from my mind or Bertrand's mind.
Okay, fine.
So
Then-
where are you getting reality
Okay,
from?
fine. Okay, then to define our terms clearly, you are talking about nominal reality as opposed to phenomenal reality. Nominal reality is that which is independent of perception. Do we agree?
Yes.
Phenomenal reality is that which is true perception, yeah? So you're not asking about the totality of being, which would include phenomenal reality and nominal reality.
this may
You're
be-
only
this may
talking
be-
about nominal
above
reality,
me, right?
yeah? So independent of experience, yeah? So the atoms and the molecules and the energy and all that stuff.
Kind of-
yeah?
kind of
So
about-
nominal
right.
reality, where did it come from? I don't know, but I personally believe it has probably, it's more increasingly likely it's just always been there. Matter and energy can't be.
Oh, infinite.
Yeah, it can't be.
Infinite reality. Now, the question will be on to you.
Eternal.
Where does reality come from?
No, I completely agree with the.
Okay, okay.
An infinite reality.
An infinite
Eternal,
reality.
no, the word is eternal.
What
Not
a-
infinite.
okay,
infinite is in space. Eternal
Okay,
is in
Tony, we heard you. Tony,
Good, thank you.
what about the universe is eternal? Because it's consistently changing.
Changing
The
and
universe-
growing.
okay.
Growing implies that it was
The
small at some
universe you
point.
asked about
Yes,
was
it does.
Yes,
Because
it
it means
does.
if it's growing, yeah, like
Changing.
That means
Yeah, I'm
that
agreeing
means
with you,
time,
but
some
it's
time has elapsed.
There was a time when science itself, astronomers will tell you
That's
that
changed,
there was
that's
a
not
time when the
eternal.
universe was smaller than the head of a pin.
Change can be
And
a
we
constant
can't
thing.
calculate.
That can be the only
Wait,
constant thing.
one convo here. There was astronomers will tell you that because of we're measuring the expansion of the universe, there was a time when the universe was smaller than the head of a pin. Not the world, the whole universe, the whole reality, and we can't measure 13 seconds before the reality of the observation. So how can you know that reality is eternal when astronomers themselves tell you that it has a starting point?
It doesn't.
Okay, I never said I knew.
What's your evidence for that?
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I will come back to
I
that.
do not agree that there's a start to the universe. I don't think that's how
But
scientists or
would you have
astronomers.
it? They are. That's what it is. What it is.
But I don't.
Well, how would
I
you?
don't think
How
that's
would
a
you?
claim that
I don't.
scientists make.
It doesn't matter what you think. I want the objective understanding. What would the science or the consensus? What are they measuring for them to know that, according to what you're saying, that's the universe
There's such
is
thing as a
eternal?
beginning.
They're not claiming they know,
eternal.
they're claiming it's possible. Do you understand the difference?
Okay.
So if they're
It's
claiming
possible that I could fly,
can
Tony.
you
What's
keep
that got to
saying-
do with
you
what
keep,
we're...
because you
got
keep
nothing to do
saying
with it.
how do they know, and we're not making the claim they know. We're making the claim they say it's possible. Specifically, Roger Penrose, who got the Nobel Prize for Physics in this. If you want from the physics community, from the philosophy community, I would take Bertrand Russell, and I myself could argue the point, trying to use principles of inference and logic cogently as well. All I'm saying is it's possible that the matter and the energy, the nominal stuff you're talking about, not consciousness, not phenomenology, but the nominal stuff may always have been here, just constantly changing in accord with the first or second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, but you're making a
Energy
truth
can be
claim,
neither-
though.
See, you're saying
making a truth
accordance.
claim.
You're
You gotta
saying
prove
accordance
that
to
technically.
laws. Don't you understand? You're saying
You're
accordance
making a
to.
truth claim. You gotta prove those
I'm
truth
not
claims.
just saying
How is it
nothing
eternal?
here.
No, but every time we go into it to say what.
It's eternal. He's saying it's possible.
I'm
that
saying
it's
it
eternal.
is possible that according to the second law of thermodynamics, energy and matter can be neither created or destroyed, just changed, that rule is eternally true in accord with the opinions of minds like Roger Penrose and Bertrand Russell. It's just possible.
For
that's what I'm
it
saying.
to be
we don't know.
eternally.
We don't know, and nor do you, so let's just be honest
We have
in
it
the
there,
discussion.
folks. They don't know. At least we know.
No,
God
that's
rules
a
everything.
disingenuous
No,
conclusion.
wait, no.
We never claim
Okay.
to know. We claim the honest representation
Tony,
of
so
the
you
reality
Tony,
of the
Tony,
moment
You don't have
is
any
the
Tony,
way.
evidence for
Tony,
objective
wait.
reality. You don't know.
What do
You
you mean?
have
I
any
have
don't
no
know.
evidence for
objective
reality.
reality.
No, I do.
Or
Here,
eternal
here.
being.
This is
No,
here.
Tony, wait. No, wait. Tony, just.
Not necessarily.
Tony,
It could be
wait,
happening in
hold
your
on.
mind.
Wait, hold
It
on,
could be
hold
happening in your
on,
mind.
hold on.
You're
But
the
it
people that are
probably
making the
isn't.
claim
But it could.
that there
So you
is
don't have
such
any
a thing as
evidence for
a
it.
start.
I have a
Like,
bottle.
The universe isn't eternal. We're saying there's
We're talking across
possibilities
each
of
other.
it
Just
being
wait for a
eternal,
second.
and there's
You
possibilities
run
of
with it. Yeah, no, go
There's
ahead.
possibilities of it not being eternal. So you're the people that are bringing the claim that no, it cannot be one or the other. It has to be this
Yeah,
one.
we're not
Yeah,
saying
and
You're
we
the
have
one that
reason
has
where
to-
we're grounding our
You
our
have to prove that.
Okay.
Yeah, God is
Okay.
the start of reality. Like he just said, energy cannot be created. This is understood across science. So if energy cannot be created, and
Then
God is
it
the
was
let me
eternal.
learn, let me
Wait,
learn,
you're
let me
into-
learn.
you're into-
And God is the one that created the world. It's the energy that He puts in. That's called theosis.
it wouldn't need creating if it was eternally here.
No,
Yes,
no.
If it was eternally here, there was
It's
no
eternal.
point of
What
It doesn't
was
have to
it-
be eternally
what was
here.
eternally
It's
here?
eternal.
Matter
The
and
energy is eternal.
Matter and energy, which are interchangeable by virtue of E equals mc squared. They're the same thing.
Argument is making argument for God a lot more.
E equals mc squared means matter and energy are basically the same thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
They're interchangeable. So let's
Yes,
just call it
100%.
stuff. We can use one word. The stuff. The physical stuff you can measure.
Okay,
Like this
yeah,
but you're
bottle.
measuring-
Wait, okay,
That
wait.
Stuff
Yeah, changes.
May its forms and
Yeah, right,
relationships
right.
change through causality and flux, but the actual amount of matter and energy here doesn't change. When you talk about the Big Bang, it was all
Sorry, the
small.
amount of energy
All
doesn't
the- all
change.
of the-
What do you
in
mean
the
by
Big
that?
Bang, I mean this.
Yeah.
In the Big Bang, you said it was very small, but in that smallness was all the matter and energy that exists now. Just because it was just in a very small place. Then the amount of matter and energy occupied a bigger place.
It changed.
But
That's changed.
It's changing, but it's always the same amount of matter and
Because
energy
you can't
in
create
total.
it or destroy
It's
it.
like if you count
You
the
can't
number of,
create it, doesn't mean you
if you
can't
count the number of
enhance it or
Smarties
grow.
in a tube of Smarties, it will always be
I
the
bought
same.
a lot
You
of
can jiggle
battery.
it around,
My
but it will always be
battery
the
dies,
same
my
number
friend. I
of
charge
Smarties.
it.
But you're talking about growing in shape.
That's
You're,
what I
you're
was
not
saying.
taking into consideration the
It's
point
possible it
of
was
changing in amount.
Even his argument is making an argument for God a lot more, because he already said that energy cannot be created. If the energy cannot be created, I can appeal to a battery theory that energy cannot be created, only transferred. So God transfers energy to create the world, and that energy never stops and just carries on.
what
So
you're calling-
if he's
what
observing
you are
to,
calling-
well, let me land. If he's appealing to energy not being eternal, yes, because it starts from God. God is eternal. But
You said God
If
created
it's
it.
eternal, it doesn't have a start. Do you know? And the implication of the word eternal is that it
yeah,
has
that's
no
what I said.
start.
Does energy have a start?
No, if it's
Then that's
eternal,
God. Thank
if
you.
it's eternal. No, if you want to start arguing that God may be synonymous with matter and energy,
Not matter,
at some level-
energy itself.
Hang on. Okay,
Every
fine,
material thing is every
if
matter
you want
is
to
an
start
energy.
arguing that God may in some way be entangled with energy itself, that's a very interesting discussion to have. Okay, that's the conversation I'd like to have. All right, because now we're kind of backing into the implications of the possibility that matter and energy was always here. As Christians, I think you believe that God
No, we
is
don't.
omnipresent and that He's actually in the structure of reality.
No,
and
we
matter
don't. We're not
itself.
pantheists. We're not henotheists.
No, hang on, but you believe He's omnipresent.
He's omnipresent doesn't mean that he's in creation.
Oh,
you know what we
oh,
mean
I
by?
thought-
You think you're getting it
Really?
wrong by omnipresent? No. Let me give you the understanding of
hang on.
omnipresent. The
Really?
Bible says,
I have a different understanding, but
Okay,
go.
you
Let me
have-
lay it down.
Okay, he has a different understanding.
I'll-
Right,
you can go
philosophically, let me tell you. The Bible says that the heavens are the heaven is his throne and the earth is footstool. God creates ex nihilo. So when we say God is omnipresent, we're not saying that He's in every corner of everything. No, it's like you get someone playing chess, right? They are omnipresent in terms of viewing the whole chessboard all at once. They know every corner.
In a sense,
But
they are
to each
omnipresent.
Into each individual chess piece, they are in one block at a time. God is omnipresent, as in He can observe everything all at once. That's what we mean.
So he's objective.
He's not necessarily in
So
the.
he is outside creation. So
Yes,
you're closer
well-
to the Muslim position. This is what the
No,
Muslims
the
believe.
Muslims
They
believe God is
but
God.
the Muslims believe that God is
Why you
specifically...
bring a Muslim into
Which
this?
is what-
People are
slow down,
saying-
slow down.
Let me question this. He's subjective then.
Yeah?
God.
What
God
do
is
you mean?
subjective.
How in what I said?
Because you're saying he's aware of the things, observant.
Yeah, he's the only
Being
observer.
subjective means that you're an observer. You're subjective.
No.
You're a
No,
subject.
that's not
to the-
subjectivity.
That's not what subjectivity is.
To material
No,
reality.
subjectivity is.
Oh, I believe God is a subject.
Exactly. So that's not.
I believe God is
hang on.
in your
We
definition.
just agreed.
He's a
God
subject.
is a subject.
But he's
So
God.
God has awareness.
That's
God
fine.
God.
Yes.
God is a first
Yes,
person.
but he's saying
God
because
is not just a dead
but
object. God
he's
is a living
saying,
thing.
He is
in a
saying.
sense.
Apologies.
God
He is saying that because God is observing reality, then it must be on a subjective view.
You're saying he has
God
a
is the
subjective
only
view of
one-
reality?
Hang on,
It's a
he's not saying-
subject.
He's saying,
Right?
he's saying
Okay,
God
he
is
is
a
a
subject.
subject. Yes, that's
okay,
fine.
Therefore,
do all four of us agree that if there is a
I just said
God,
yes.
God is better defined as a subject than an object?
100% agree.
Could we all agree
Yeah, I
on that
just
point?
said yeah.
Great. We can build
That-
a discussion.
okay.
From, maybe.
No, as in, I just
They're
got
gonna
up-
make it- they're gonna- no,
I don't know where.
I know where they're gonna go with
No,
it.
wait.
I'm not-
Wait, just wait.
Go.
I've been silent for a while.
Go.
We have escaped from this guy's mind. We've been. I don't know what we've been talking
Whatever
about.
else.
Listen, bro. Do you have a mind?
Yes, a subject.
How do you know you have a
He
mind?
doesn't know,
Is it-
but
is
it's
it-
very likely?
Yeah,
Don't answer for
You
him.
have a brain, not a mind.
No,
Are
no,
you-
no, but there is truth in saying there's power in saying I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, one.
If
I don't
that's-
know.
okay.
It's subjectively speaking, it feels like I do.
But it's probable.
Okay,
You're
okay.
using abduction.
Probable.
You're using abduction. You're playing the probability.
Tony,
100%.
if it's that you don't know, right? You don't know that you have a mind,
I don't know. All right.
right? Do your thoughts come from the minds that you don't know?
It's probable. Yeah.
Do your communications, your reasoning, your logic, does it come from the place of the mind where you do not know exists?
The ideas. Yeah.
How do you ground anything? How do you even ground that you're communicating with me if you do not know that you have a mind?
Because I come first I come from I don't know to use that.
How do you see that?
use
You see that that's
logic to arrive to what
Okay.
I'm most certain of.
Okay, now
so
can-
I am most certain of.
You can't be
that I-
most.
Certain is appealing to some sort of objectivity. How do you know you're certain?
For you
don't
to
have
be
a mind.
certain-
I'm a subjective being. There's no way, or you, or anyone.
That's an assertion now.
that
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's a very accurate assertion.
Yeah,
Well,
because
is it?
there's no
I
way that a
believe it is.
subjective being can be outside of its subjectivity. It's
Correct,
subject.
correct.
It's
Absolutely.
So then that means you can't believe that we're communicating right now.
No, why not?
You
Of
got
course
to
you
you,
can.
you got to be
Because he only
unsure.
knows he's
So
subjective.
he's
mind.
unsure. He's
Speaking,
saying
yeah,
he's
I
unsure.
do.
So you are unsure that you're
Yes,
communicating
we are
right now.
unsure.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are
at least
unsure.
we have an answer on our behalf. If they don't want to be
Subjectively
consistent on that, that's
speaking,
fine.
I am as sure as I can be.
Yeah,
But I
No,
mean,
no,
okay.
you
But
can't.
we
No,
are
no,
unsure.
no. You
I'm
can't.
sure.
No, you
Objectively
can't.
speaking, I
You
can
can't
say
say.
unsure.
No, no,
Do
no.
you
Wait,
want
wait,
it
wait.
in
That's.
writing?
I know you're saying that. That's a contradiction.
happening?
You can't. Yes, it is.
Chemical
You can't say that you're at the bottom.
sure.
Hold on. You can't say
What's the
at
contradiction?
because you can't say that at the very bottom of your understanding of reality you do not know, and then say you can be very sure.
Don't say
That doesn't make sense.
Don't use the word sure.
No, I agree. It's
Does that make
completely
sense?
In
likely.
fact, you're correct. He means it's very likely.
Again, you
That's
can't
still
do
gonna
that
be-
because you
very
don't.
likely it's still
Do you know
appealing to
like
some sort of
likelihood?
reality.
Likelihood is
He
maths
doesn't
and
have a
probability.
mind,
Do you
he
know?
understand his reality.
Sorry, do you have a problem with this sentence? I think
It's a
there's
contradiction.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you really have a problem with me going, I think there's a 99% chance I'll walk home without
How you
getting
know?
hit by
And-
a car? I don't know. That's why I
Okay.
said 99%.
No, no,
That's how
wait,
I
no,
live
but wait,
my
Tony,
life.
no, but
I
wait.
play
You judge
in
99%.
probability.
Okay, wait.
I
And how do you
never
know it's
claim-
99%?
I don't.
Why is it not 89%?
I don't.
Why is it not
Is it not
1%?
70%?
My best guess is
How
that
do you know?
I'm more likely to get home than get hit by
More
a car.
likely
okay?
is appealing
Is that
to
a reasonable
objective
You're
reality.
statement?
appealing to
Outside
an
of you.
objective standard.
Outside of you.
You're
Even if it's a
using
probability.
you're using a scale of maths to say likely.
You guys seem to think that the word objective is a synonym for being 100% certain about something. It isn't. The
No,
word
I'm not saying
objective
100%.
to
Even
pay
when you're using
pertains-
probability,
Good.
you're still appealing to
allow
some
us
sort of
to-
objectivity.
So kindly allow us to express what we believe with a level of
the
uncertainty, but
precept-
as a probability.
But we were.
Here's
We
the
asked you how you got
okay,
to 99%.
How?
How did you get to 99%?
Because my- okay,
just
so-
slow down. No,
fine.
just slow down.
Okay,
Just wait.
because-
No, let's do this together.
Okay, fine, here
Let's
we
just
go.
do this together.
Hold on, he's got-
He said 99%. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So I'll
Now
give you
tell
an
me,
answer. I'll give you.
what is the 1% chance that you die when you cross the road?
I'll give you the
Yeah.
answer, okay? I'll give it at least a 99% chance because I've come here at least 100 times and walked home at least 100 times, and so far I haven't been run over. So statistically based on the pattern from the past, and I believe in a
there's
self-consistent
evidence
universe,
outside of
it's
your
the
mind.
predi-
Or
it's the
outside of your-
predicate of our
So
thinking.
there's
Evidence outside of you.
So that's an evidence that's got nothing to do with you, right?
Exactly, right?
What?
That's an
But he
evidence
said-
that's got nothing
What
to
are you
do
talking
with
about? I'm
you.
looking at the pattern of the hit
Exactly,
of the past.
that pattern
What's
has got
not
nothing
saying
to do with
exactly. I am looking at the pattern of the past and the consistency in the pattern of the past, and then I'm projecting it into the future as a probability, which if you pay attention to your life is how you live every moment of your
That's
life.
fine,
as
but I'm
well.
Yes,
still appealing to
great.
something
You're
outside of
acting
me.
like that's a crazy
I'm
thing
still
to
appealing
do.
No, well, it's not crazy. I'm not
Good.
saying it's a crazy thing to do. What I'm saying is you're taking it for granted.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Alright, you question me on my mind.
I'm well
Do you
aware
have
I'm doing
faith?
it.
Huh?
Do you have faith?
Yes, I do.
What is faith?
What is faith?
Do you know there's
It's
a God, or do
substance
you
of
have
things.
faith in
Wait,
God?
faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. So that means there is substance and evidence for my faith.
For by it we know
not
the
really
elders were
raining.
given a good.
Amen.
For by it we know the elders were
not
given a
really
good
raining.
confidence, a good testimony.
It's all right.
By faith we understand that the world was framed by the word of. Well, let me finish. By the word of God, so that things which are seen were made by things which are not visible. That's what faith is. Evidence that takes us to a place of unseen.
Excuse me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say what you believe in, but do you believe you can know something that you have
Yes.
faith on? You can know and have faith
I know
at the same
Jesus
time.
and I have faith in his words.
Oh, yeah, it's an interesting distinction.
I would say personally.
You know what faith
go on.
holistically means? If you go back to the Latin word, the Latin faith comes from the word confide. In Latin, confide, if you translate confide back, is confidence. Confidence implies some sort of evidence to why I have confidence in something. Let me learn. I have confidence that my mother is my mother because I have evidence of her nurturing me since I was young. Now, if you want to appeal to ignorance faith, which is how we translate it now, it's not how faith works. Faith implies some sort of evidence. Otherwise, It is like I said.
Does that make sense?
I
though?
hear you,
Idiotic faith.
and it makes sense
word
in your
idiotic
mind.
doesn't
It should make sense to you. No. Should I tell you why?
100% because
Blind
I think
is
a lot of people, like he said, think the term leap in faith infers the ignorant
Is blind faith.
knowing, or like
Yeah.
sort of like the blind faith that
Yeah.
you're saying. But you're saying that in your case, which is not most of people that are gonna be watching, you're
said that.
gonna
You said that.
be confident and have faith at the same time.
Yeah, I'll give an example. I'll give you an example.
That's fine. That's fine. I
You
just
you
thought
practice
I-
you practice this too. You do.
What about you?
You
I
do.
don't. I
Because
have
you
faith
already
and knowledge.
expressed
If
he has
I'm
confidence
certain of
about
something,
everything
I no
about
longer
reality,
need faith.
but he has no
100%.
and all that
Faith
confidence
to me
is
is
fake
what you
because
fill
he has
the
the
gap
evidence,
with
but he has no
100%.
full grounded.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do we
That-
agree on this?
And
or not?
everyone does that.
Hang on. We might have another point of agreement. Do we agree that faith is the thing that you fill the gap
Great.
of uncertainty
Faith
with?
gets you to certainty.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Do we agree on that? Do
Yeah,
all
but
four
there's
of us
going to be
agree?
evidence for that
Excellent.
certainty.
Yes.
Would you also agree that any model of the world you have in your head will require some element of faith?
It does.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. So where is
who
and so
thinks
then
faith?
where is the evidence that you place your faith on that you do not know you have a mind? Where's your evidence?
The evidence that you do.
My evidence that I don't.
You have come to a conclusion that you do not have a mind. Yes.
What's the evidence?
Yes? Yeah, Tony, yeah.
No.
Hey, let me talk to the bro.
Tony, man, come on, man.
You're distracting too much. Don't do that.
We're tag team.
You're not on the same side. You're not. He's an atheist. You're a theist. No, you're not on the same side.
Universalists believe that every god is.
You got.
I don't know what a universalist
Ignore-
is.
ignore- okay.
I would be really.
We will talk after the camera. Ignore him. Answer my question. Answer my question. Answer my question. So, where is you are certain that you do not know that you have a mind? Yes. That's a crazy statement, but okay. Yeah.
I have faith.
Right.
It's very likely
Okay.
that I have a mind.
Okay. Where is the evidence for you to build your likelihood that you do not know that you have a mind? Jeez, that is a crazy. But how are we gonna do that?
Experience. I have a subjective. Why are you laughing?
Because that's circular.
No.
That's circular.
It's subjective, but that doesn't mean it's not valid.
If no, in other words, he's using his mind. He's using his mind to form a likelihood that he doesn't know that he has a mind.
Correct. That's why you need
That's
faith.
circular. No, that's not faith.
You got no evidence for his
No.
position.
The
No.
very
Got
fact
no
that
evidence.
you're correct and it's circular is why you have to fill the gap with faith. That's why it's uncertain. Because
No,
you are
no,
correct.
no, no.
I'm
Faith just-
agreeing
I
with
know
you
the
that it's
end goal.
circular.
No, oh.
I'm agreeing. You've got to really listen to
No,
what I'm saying.
that is circular, but we don't do that.
Oh, you're not using circular logic.
You
You
No.
at
just,
the
what do
beginning
you
of this
think
whole
you know
conversation.
for certain?
You said
No,
that there's
I-
circular reasoning.
I'm always placing
I said
faith
there
on
is-
evidence
God is the
to
only-
get to
So
a
we're both
conclusion.
using
God
the
is the
logic.
only-
We're both making
But I can't say that the evidence that I have, for me to not know something, from the evidence that I have that I do not know that I have a mind,
I am also
the evidence of that comes from my mind. Doesn't make sense, Tony.
Because I'm subjectively, I know there's a subject, right?
Wait,
Because I know
hold
I'm
on.
experiencing
Is the
stuff.
subject not does the subject not have a mind?
All right. If the likelihood angle isn't working, let's say I do.
Every subject has a mind.
I'm
So it's
saying
it?
that I'm a subject.
Is
Yes.
that something we can all agree on? Every subject has a mind.
Yeah, because they are.
Can we all agree on that?
He can't
He's
agree
just-
on
he
that.
can't agree on that.
Tony, that's what I'm saying. You're not on the same side. You're not on the same side.
Do you think?
Gosh, we've been saying that, bro.
You've been confusing us.
Oh my gosh, Tony.
Well, just,
All right, they need
Vaguely,
a.
before it's got any language or any cognition, you still think it has a mind in the classical sense? Or is it just instinct reacting to stimuli?
I
Chemicals
think
bouncing.
there's probably some subject there. Yeah,
Okay, well,
there's a
let's
mind.
say for the argument it has got a mind. Fine, it's got a mind because it's got
gonna have to
reflex.
tell us where that
Okay,
mind
yeah,
comes
It's
yeah.
got a mind.
okay.
It feels things. It
But
feels
what I
pain.
was
Where
gonna
does
get
that
at
mind
is
come from?
There's rocks that can be subjects to chemical reactions. Like
Yeah, but they don't feel it. They don't feel anything.
No,
the point of a
that's-
subject
I
is
think
are
that's
all-
different.
You
That's
still have
conscious.
okay.
Yes. Like feeling and pain and all of that
Feeling
can
is
come down to consciousness, not necessarily being a subject.
You still haven't answered my question.
But
Remember my question? I have to formulate it again.
Alright.
You say that you have a likelihood, yeah, that you get to a place of certainty, so exercising faith, that you do not know for certain that you have a mind. Yes.
I don't know. I saw some circularity over there.
You understand that we've pointed out there's something circular going on
You
there.
ask me if there's a mind. I'll tell you
Yes, there's a mind.
An immaterial mind.
I'm not 100% certain, but for the sake of this conversation, can we say that I am?
Okay, that's fine. You have faith that you have a mind. That's okay.
But where would you get it?
We won't kill you. Don't say that. Hey, don't say that. We're friends here. This guy said we'll kill you. Hey.
But I think
Even if he said,
rooted at?
It's more than 90% likely.
Yeah, it's
more
very
than
likely.
90%
I
likely.
can't
Tony,
deny
that's
that I'm
fine.
experiencing stuff
No,
right
but
now.
no, but
I can't deny that.
Yeah, listen.
I can't
Yeah,
deny
I get that.
there's experience, right? Having inside. of
Okay,
me,
so
right?
you believe that you do actually have a mind. Not that you don't know, you now believe that you have a mind.
Yes, do I believe a lot of stuff? Yes.
Guys, that's
No,
not what we're
that's not what we're asking.
We're
That's not what we're asking. Come on.
You're trying to make him make a certain statement.
Let him do it. Let him walk into the trap.
Why are you sabotaging me?
Because if you're 1%,
Can we
you must
just
have some
get there
reasoning for
somewhere?
that 1%.
Percent, exactly.
You're saying 90%. What's
Yeah,
your reasoning for that
90%?
Because we don't know nothing.
No, you can't
Then
have
don't know is the 10% that you don't know. The 90% you know. Where's your reasoning for that
Be
90%?
wrong about anything.
That's great.
Excuse me. I think we're both making an assertion. We are.
You're not making the same assertion.
Not the same.
I'll check with my friend.
He believes in God.
I'm happy to make the assertion. I'm 90% confident I have a mind. Are you happy to make the same assertion?
More than 90.
Okay,
you
but we've
believe
got 90%. I'm at
Okay.
least 90%.
How do you? Okay, so we ask.
Now my question is this: we and the public can see that these are two people who are at least 90% sure we've got minds. Are you guys? Excuse me. Now. The public know that these two people they're listening to are at least 90% sure they've got minds. Are you guys at least 90% sure you have minds?
Wait, just wait 1 second, please. Just wait 1 second, please. Have we not asked them?
Would you care to answer that question?
Hey, no, wait. We asked you a question first.
I know.
How do you get to 90%? We asked that first.
While we're working on that, can we see if you agree? If we've answered
What's the point?
question-
Of course we
You're
agree.
joining in.
That's
Okay,
fine.
You are
That's fine.
also.
Yeah, of course we
at least
agree.
90%.
That's fine.
All of
Yeah,
us-
no. I don't care. Remember I said earlier on camera, I don't care about agreement. Remember?
It helps.
No, did you remember I said that? Remember I said that? I said I don't care about.
what you
Remember, wait, just. Oh,
If you don't care about agreeing,
oh my
No point.
gosh.
You don't have a source to agree on, so I can't agree with you. Any words you say, I have to question it. Now,
If we
you
all
have
agree
90%.
on a point,
We know we
have
just.
90%.
wait, listen. Yes.
Okay.
It's not that
All right.
reality is a matter of consensus.
Oh.
It's that if we can all agree on a particular point, then we can move forward in our discussion because we have a common thing. So I'm just trying to find common statements we can agree on.
Okay.
If we're all
Tony,
90%
why are we
sure-
agreeing on it? We don't have the same paradigm.
Okay, we agree. Great. Now, how do you get to 99%?
That's evidence.
90%. In fact, you specified 90%.
90% probability on probable.
How do you get there?
That's not evidence. How do you get to that 90%?
See, we agree now. We agree. No. Okay, we agree. Fine. It's 90%. How do we get there? How do we get to 90%? The 99. What? I thought it was 90%.
Whatever percent.
At least
90%.
Okay.
How do you get to 90%? What's your evidence for that 90%?
Wait, one more thing, sorry. He will answer this question.
Okay.
Then I will answer it, and so will you guys,
Okay.
because it's a universal question, okay?
Okay.
Now we've got a working method.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, I think I'm 90% certain based on the fact that I'm experiencing this right now. That I have feelings,
Ooh.
emotions, and stuff involved
And-
in
Ooh.
answering this question.
Ooh.
There is a bias.
Ooh.
There's a heckling in the
I'm
background.
not heckling.
Look, I'm not the best.
No, I'm listening. I'm having fun.
But yeah, like I'm not the best with words, but that's as best as I can put it. I can't deny that there is a subjective experience happening, which makes me biased in saying that there's a subjective experience happening. I know it can be circular, but that gives me.
Also, you know it's circular. You know it's circular. Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I would like.
I mean, if you want to, do you want to go next?
I pretty much like what you say. I'll paraphrase what I think you were saying. The pattern of my experience so far in life and my pattern of memories implies to me that I have an ability to predict things in the future with an accuracy that makes me think I'm a cogent system, which I will call a mind. A practical example is, I predict if I let go of this, it will drop. That's based on all my previous memories. So I think I'm an ordered system, yeah, within an ordered system, and I'm calling that.
That doesn't make
A lot of assertions.
Doesn't explain the mind.
Because
It's just
when you do the
chemicals
whole of
bouncing.
cosmology, there will be a lot of assertions. It doesn't mean they're inaccurate, and I know there are a lot of assertions. But
As a universalist, as a universalist,
I'm inevitably a subject, and I inevitably experience, but I notice patterns in my experience, and the word mind is used a way to describe those patterns.
Tony, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can tell you why, but give me one sec. Regarding to what, just to kill two birds with one stone.
Okay, wait. Before we get, let's explain us first.
Yeah, why are you 90% sure you have a mind?
No, I'm 100% sure that I have it.
Okay, no, but we make.
So why you keep following me and interrupting my conversation? Okay, can you step back a little bit?
Okay, go on.
We made an agreement we'd defend the point we're at least 90% sure. I'm not going to hold it to 100%. Just defend 90%. That's fine.
Well, I always say I have a mind because God created me to have a mind. I'm 100% sure of that.
And we know that God created us to have a mind because we have evidences of things like the laws of logic being consistent. We have things like our own minds are able to access this law of logic that we believe is external from us, and therefore must also come from a mind external from us as well. And if the laws of logic are eternal, then that mind in which the laws of logic have come from must also be eternal. Can you see how I've used reasoning? That's not circular.
It's not circular.
With God, right?
So wait. That's not reasoning would be if I start with my mind and end with my mind.
Yeah.
If I start with God and I
No, I'm not saying that it's circular. Hear me out.
Okay. My bad.
But before we get anywhere, you agree that what I said, right? I followed a reason. I did not do any circular. I didn't do any circular stuff there, did I? Not what you did.
Do you think that there was a circular?
Now, in according to what you did, wait,
hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
What's his brother saying?
this drunk man, he just keeps
I
following me
think
around.
you presented. I think. Let's assume for the minute that his position and mine have got a circular element. Yeah? Okay. I'm not saying it's true. I haven't inspected, but let's just assume we'll take that on board for a minute. Our counter argument is we're using faith, which we know we need, to fill the gap in the weakness of that circularity. Yeah. Okay? Right. So that's how we're.
No. And that's the thing. No. Should I tell you why? No, wait. I'm just saying. Should I tell you why you're not actually using faith to fill a gap in the circle? Because you made a circle.
Yeah.
Which therefore we know.
In other words, there's no faith there. You've made a circle.
The experience that I'm living is the reason why I'm living what I'm living.
Before, okay?
It's a circle.
No, do you understand that?
To what you're saying.
No, wait, do you understand? No. In the sense that, do you understand that I'm saying? Wait, hold on. Do you understand that I'm saying that you have not used faith at all? You have not used real faith. You used blind faith.
They're both versions of faith.
No, and yours is
Yours is blind.
and yours is based on no evidence.
For the minute.
Is that true?
One thing at a time. The word faith is now being
You need to
used
believe in God,
importantly.
man.
Can we just agree for the minute that when we use the word faith, we're not going to discriminate between different types of faith?
No, we can't. No, we have to.
Really?
Yes.
Faith is what I use when I don't know.
No, that's blind faith.
Fine, I'm not saying it's not, but it's still faith.
No, it's not still. It's a different sort of faith.
Focusing too much on the word faith.
Well,
Yes, it is, because we defined it.
You need to have some sort of.
No. In other words, when we say blind faith, okay. Instead of you know what? Okay, wait. Wait. Instead of saying blind faith, I'm going to say you have no faith. Okay. Now I'm saying you have no faith because I've defined faith using Hebrews 11, 1-3. I've defined that. I've said that's what. Wait. Just wait. I've just defined faith, right? That's what I've done, and I'm saying now because you were saying all faith and blind faith. Okay, I'm now saying you don't have faith.
Well, you're wrong because we've already admitted we do.
You don't. You made a circle.
You made a circle. You don't.
There's no room for faith there.
You just said I have experience because I have
We
experience.
need a clock because you've repeated that mantra now about 10 times.
But you gotta come
And you
to it
have
because that's
no
what you guys are
idea
saying.
how familiar I am with what you're talking about.
You're not
But
familiar.
unless
No, you're not
Appealing to
listening.
this mystical knowledge that you have. It's not. Let us know the mystical knowledge. You know.
When you're going to give it 60 seconds aside.
I have been.
Leave him. Okay, go on.
What you are referring to, and we've had this discussion numerous times, is being drawn attention to by David Hume, the philosopher, in his.
Am I talking to? Am I talking to David Hume? Okay. Go on.
If there's a better communicator out there.
Okay.
Better communicate. Okay, go on.
Both David Hume, the philosopher, and the mathematician Gödel have both logically drawn our attention to the fact that no model of the world, conceptual model of reality you have in your head, can be constructed without, at the very bottom of it, some kind of an assertion which you can't know, which is therefore an assertion of what they call fate. They mean fate in that
How do they know that?
Hume demonstrates it through the fallacy of Oh, you're just shaking your head.
I'm asking how did they know that?
You asked me a question, you instantly shake
Okay.
your head.
He's sorry.
Shaking my head.
Wait, okay, you're sorry.
I apologize.
You're sorry. Please.
For the minute that maybe David Hume and Gödel are complete idiots. Okay, just for a second. Gödel is talking about the problem of induction. Okay, in logic you use induction and deduction, and there is a problem with induction, which is just because every swan you've seen has been white, it doesn't mean that you can know for sure that every swan will be white. That's the problem with induction. Now, it becomes increasingly likely that all swans are white, but you can never know it for sure. Therefore, you have to have a little bit of faith in it. That's why faith is always built into all of our models of the world. We don't mean faith in the religious sense at this point. We mean faith just in the I can't be 100% sure. So these guys know we can't be 100% sure, which is, I'm nearly finished.
Not 100%.
Okay. Wait. Let's use the swans. I like swans.
Which is why
Can I?
we are. Thank you. Which is why we are expressing all of our arguments in terms of probabilities, because we're of David Hume and Kurt Gödel.
Probability. You're on your
minute. Now I'll shut up.
Okay. No. I want to talk about those swans. Right? You said that you could see how
Are
many.
you okay with what I said? Okay,
Yeah.
we're in accord on this. Thank you.
By the way, to be honest, I shouldn't let you go, because I shouldn't let you go in the sense that I've said that I've made a definition of faith, of what faith is, and I've said that you have no faith.
I've just hopefully defined to you
And
the sense in which I'm using the
and the sense in which you used it is my definition of faith, because I said that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. You have the substance.
I'm trying to understand.
This is like the fourth time we say the substance of. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Tony, I said 2 words and you cut
Actually,
me
I'd like to
off.
write
What's
it
wrong
down.
with you?
Okay. You could read it in Hebrews 11:1-3 when you have the time. But I'm just saying,
It is the substance.
of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen.
You know what? Do you mind if I just get a pen and write this down? While you guys talking, just let me write this down. So I got a terrible memory.
The thing is, now let me get to what I wanted to say. He's saying the probability cause. That he has faith in the probability, the 90% probability. What he's appealing to that he doesn't know is the 10%. Now, can he prove the 90% that he's talking about? He can't. You can't.
Wait, before you say we can't, let's let him try.
Please try.
No. So, like the thing I agree with him is there's like, and maybe I think you won't agree with this, but I completely agree with him. With him is the fact that like there's no one ever that can be 100% certain about their.
That's fine. Even
I said earlier.
that we read you.
Working action.
Wait,
Yeah, I said yeah.
Implies it's
So
not.
that's
Wait,
where
that's
we
fine.
agree.
Listen, the verse that we read
So
you
where
regarding.
you
Wait, let me
questioning when
like.
we do it?
The verse that we read.
Oh, no, we're not.
Also imply empirical evidence. He said things or evidence of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Unseen doesn't mean that okay, you're looking at it directly, but you still have some hope in it because it's external from you. But you're
Yes.
appealing to external from you, but you're saying probability, 90% probability, but you're giving no reason for that 90%.
We're asking you, how do you get to a position of 90%? In other words, we're asking. So in other words, wait. If you were to ask me for my evidence of the Christian faith, I would say I would look at the Gospels. I would look at the testimonies of the Gospels. I would look at archaeological evidence. I would look at historical evidence. I will look at all these different points of
They're not empirical,
evidence,
but they make my reason for me.
right? And then with that evidence, I would then exercise faith. I will exercise faith on the conclusion, right? That's what I do. Now,
very interesting. That's very interesting.
Right?
You're saying that the evidence you gather, first you have to start with the assumption that there might or might not be a God.
No, I don't know. No, I start from.
don't know.
Let's say I start from a position. No, I start from a position. No, I start from a position that I don't know there's a God. I don't start from a position that I don't have a mind. I don't start there. That's where you start. Now in other words, I'm saying that if we're looking at God, right? As I'm explaining to you the Christian faith, in the sense if I'm looking for God, I'm going to go from a position I don't know. Let me see what's out there. So I start analyzing evidence. When I analyze evidence, like the Gospels, like the historical evidence, like the tomb, I then have to exercise faith on the conclusion because it's unseen. I wasn't there. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That is what faith is. Now, you have said, right, that you come to a level of 90% certainty. Wait, 90% certainty that you are sure that you don't know if you have a mind. Now, I am asking you.
Hang on. You're 90% sure that you don't have a mind.
He's 90% sure
That he does have a mind.
that he doesn't know if he has a mind. Oh no, so you changed that. You changed. So you wait. Sorry, no, that's me lapsing. That you have a mind.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry. I don't mean to. Sorry, you're 90. I know we changed. You said now you're sure that you have a mind. Yeah, right. Where is your evidence? Just how I've done external evidence of the gospel. The gospel is not in my head, though. I read the book. Yeah, Israel is not in my head. It's out there. The tomb is not in my head, it's out there. The cross is not in my head, it's out there. The accounts are not in my head, it's out there. Evidence. So your mind, you say, is 90% sure you have. Where is the evidence out there that you have a mind?
Not necessarily you moving. That's synonymous to the mind.
And I think I'm tired of going back to the same thing. But don't you guys also part from the same?
No. Did you hear? No.
We do because
No. Okay.
Come on, Tony, man. I don't.
I think they may have tricked themselves as well, but they tricked you.
Nah, we haven't tricked
Tony,
ourselves.
you're not
God
following
forbid.
I can show you how.
God is not an author of confusion. God is not an author of confusion.
No, I got something I can objectively prove.
Hey, let him answer first, please.
This is the thing where I'm confused. You're asking me to start with the mind, right? So you also.
I know. I'm not asking. No, I'm not asking you. No. From my position. Well, my position doesn't matter. But from my position, I'll say you have a mind, right? Now, you listen. You are the one who is stating that you have a mind. You're 90% certain, right?
Yes.
Right? Me, I am. Wait, let me. Hey. Forget about me. Forget about me for a second. Remember, we all agreed, which doesn't really mean anything, right? We all agree. Me, let's say I am 90% sure that Jesus died for my sins. Now I've explained that by saying I look at the Gospels, right? I look at the accounts. I look at the historical accounts. I look at the geographical area. I look at the archaeological material. And then I exercise faith to come to a conclusion that Jesus is who he says he is. I'm asking you to do the same thing, but with your mind that you've asserted is there. So where is the evidence out there? Which is what I said. Just like I went out there for the evidence of Jesus. Where is your evidence out there that you come to 90% that you have a mind?
Do you come and answer for that? Because I don't think you can go out there.
I think
To appeal to your personal experience, it's going to be in your mind.
You check the tape, anyone watching this? You asked that question and we gave an answer, okay? Maybe I'm wrong because now you're specifying out there, but you definitely asked us how we became 90% sure, and we gave arguments about from our own experience and memory.
Yeah,
and
experiential is
testing,
happening in the mind.
Okay, fine. I'm making.
So it's going to be circular.
Bingo.
Experience is happening in the mind.
I asked the viewers to look back at
Otherwise,
the
it's
tape.
just chemicals bouncing.
We have objective evidence now on tape. You asked us a question. I gave a practical example which was out there.
How do you know that's not an illusion that you're looking at?
Wait, hold on, wait.
I believe people watching can test. I gave an objective example where I made a prediction what would happen to this physical bottle in the future if I let go of it. That was an out there example of a practical experiment. That was actually a scientific experiment.
May I ask you a question?
Will it drop or won't it? I predict it will. It did.
May I ask you a question?
That was our answer. That's our
How does that prove that you have a mind?
May I ask you a question? May I ask you a question? No, Tony, let me ask you a clarifying question.
You've taken the point.
Oh my gosh.
Our out there evidence is based on the scientist's ability to make predictions about the future, which can be empirically tested. That's why it's out there. And that is the power of the logic we're using. We empirically test it.
I want to ask a question. I just want to ask a question, Tony. You got to answer my question, please.
I will answer your question.
Where does the prediction come from?
From your mind.
There you go. Your prediction comes from
reasoning.
circular reasoning, no faith.
Uqsam billah rabbil alameen.
Do you get that? Your prediction that
I
you're...
never said it didn't. I never claimed
So
it
therefore, you are doing a different thing than me. You don't have evidence. You are using your minds to make a prediction about your mind.
That's why I said it could be an illusion.
Does that make sense?
Let's wrap up.
You are using...
So are you.
No!
Archaeological evidence.
Did you hear what I said about Jesus?
Archaeological evidence, historical evidence.
I said
something that I came up with my mind.
I remember I said all of those things that I go to get to the conclusion that Jesus is real. Wait.
Use your mind.
You're not. Look, you were discussing.
The conclusion is not in my mind.
Listen.
The evidence is not in my
How do
mind.
you read the Gospels if you don't fucking have it? Sorry for it's just.
Listen, remember we already said that we agree that we have a mind. We explained that through God.
Yeah, and we don't.
Right.
So you're gonna have to find.
So, and the way we get to God is that we got testimonies, we have got evidences, eyewitnesses outside of us. That's that's what we. That's wait. That is where we get to a conclusion about faith.
We know.
Now wait, Now wait. Before he dropped any bottle, he made a prediction up where?
In your mind.
And he has already said, right, that he has evidence of 90%, up to 90%, that he's sure he has a mind. But in where he is using to try and work this thing out, is also from his mind.
We know. We keep
So when you
agreeing.
can't use the...
Let's wrap up. We're gonna go in too much now. Let's wrap up. Let him reply, and then we'll wrap up. We'll have this conversation later on.
It's funny because in your claims there's so long.
Childish.
Yeah, it's genuinely. I promise you, I'm sorry. In terms of, we are discussing because it's reached the point where you just seem happy with the idea that because we use a mind to make any.
Which you're not sure of.
Because
No, say that, Tony. No, say that. Say that. You have in mind that you're not sure of.
90% sure I have a mind.
No.
And so do you.
That is an assert. No, we've already said that, and we say it comes from God, and then we have a reasoning. We have a. Oh my gosh.
The
You're
conclusion
just
that it
saying
comes from God because
anything
before
that
you read the Gospels and
your
before you came
argument
to
based.
Oh yeah, but
the
yeah,
testimony,
I didn't know.
you first.
No, I didn't know.
Quite incredible.
No, I didn't know.
Staggering.
But then I came exactly right. But then I came to the wait. Wait.
No,
Wait.
let me.
Don't heckle from behind the camera. There's enough there. Okay.
Go on.
Have a clock.
Go.
I could explain. All right. So what I'm saying is, before you got to the Gospels, the eyewitness testimony,
I don't know.
the Bible, the Gospel,
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yep.
You used your mind
Yeah.
to
You're using
verify.
your mind.
Okay, no. Wait, I'm gonna go even further. No.
Let me talk.
Okay, go on.
I'm not gonna.
Wait.
Yeah, exactly.
You're using your mind.
We're not losing.
You're using
But you
your
don't know.
mind.
Yeah, wait.
You're 90%.
What happens if I wasn't sure of my mind? What
But
then?
hang on. How come we can't use our minds, but you're allowed to use yours? It's really weird.
It's not that we.
Okay,
Listen.
when we use our mind, it's circular. We agree. So when you use your
So
mind,
if
it's
you're
circular as well.
no,
So
it's
we're
not.
both being
It's
circular.
not.
Why? Do you
It's
get
not
special
because
privileges in
I am
this discussion?
saying my mind comes from an objective external
That's your
source.
claim. It's not
And
yours.
then wait.
Prove it.
I prove it.
Prove it.
Hold on.
Where's your proof?
Just wait.
Yes.
We have all agreed here that everybody exercises what is called faith,
We
right?
have to. Yes. We have to.
And for one to do faith, as I've defined, real faith, you have evidence that takes you to a place of unseen. So let's say I go around skipping and saying that there's God. If I have no evidence, that's ridiculous. That's blind. Wait, let me finish. That's blind faith. because I have no reason to say that this God is I don't know, a fairy or something, my fairy godmother. If I say that with no evidence, that's nonsensical. But if, when I go to sleep and I wake up and I find a coin under my bed where I used to put my tooth, then I now have evidence to believe in a fairy, right?
Okay, it's very, very small.
Yeah, fine. But the point is, I had some evidence. It could have been my parents.
You never said you didn't.
Right.
So why are you attacking?
Now, I am saying that I am sure, I have exercising faith to get to an extent, an objective conclusion that I have a mind, right? Now I'm like, wait. Now I'm like, where do I get that evidence from?
It's circular.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Completely circular, man.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, let's round it up. Let's round it up.
No. Well, I'm happy talking. If you want to wind it up, wind
We'll
it up.
talk about it over there when we get there. This is the camera, man, you know.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm
Quick
tired.
thing to corrupt things up.
You are providing. Look, all that's happening here is you have an assertion of God. You are providing some evidence.
I have an assertion of a fairy godmother.
Can I finish?
I have an assertion of. I said that, right?
Can I fucking finish? You have made an assertion about God, and correctly, you have some evidence. I agree, you have some evidence, but you don't have 100% bulletproof evidence. We have.
That's a different. That's a shift, guys. That's a shift, guys. I said evidence.
Guys, let's wrap up because I'm
We have
getting
made
bored
an
now.
assertion about mine, but we don't have 100% evidence.
No, you have no evidence.
You have zero evidence.
That's the point.
It's on tape. Rewind it. We gave you our evidence. When I drop this, we can see
You're already
I
making a
predict-
prediction.
You're making a
in your
prediction in your mind. That's no evidence. You're making prediction.
You have a conclusion already. That's
You're
a
ma-
precept.
This-
That's a precept
this
that
is
it will
physical
drop,
object.
and then you drop it, then you get your
this-
evidence. That's
is
what my
this
guys, we wrapped it up. I'm trying to
But they're running. They're running. This is a physical
running where,
object.
Tony? You're intellectually
This
running from
is
the
a
logic.
physical object.
You're predicting it in your mind. How do you know what you're predicting is true already before
Do
dropping?
you believe the bottle is real? Is this bottle real?
Do you know how? Do you want? Do you, wait. Do you know
These
how?
guys don't seem to
No,
believe-
hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Is this
Don't-
real?
That's not what we're
Is
saying.
this real?
Yes, it's real.
Thank you.
Where
It
do I?
is
No.
real.
Where do I
It's
make?
out there.
Where do I come? Wait.
It's out there.
No,
It's
Tony.
out
No,
there.
wait. Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Wait.
This-
No,
thank you.
Tony.
It's
Stop.
on record.
Wait, Tony.
It's out
Now,
there.
Tony,
It's
you're running.
real.
You're running. You're running.
running.
Hey, yo, exactly. He just said it. He's using his mind to make the prediction, and his mind is the thing he's trying to prove. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yo, that's the thing you're trying to prove. Remember that meme? Oh my gosh!
Some of us are using better evidence than others.
No, now you've changed.
We're using
No, I
better
don't.
You've
evidence
changed.
than you.
I've been saying this for the last
You haven't said anything about better
30
evidence.
years, for Christ's sake. The quality of evidence I value most is predictive
That's
evidence, which I can empirically check.
right, guys.
The quality of evidence you are using is anecdotal from old books, and it's second-hand information. Now, that may
How
be
do you
accurate.
assert anything in history?
Objective outside of
How
my
do you
mind.
assert anything in history?
Anecdotal evidence.
Right?
And
I don't start with a
cross-referencing
prediction.
itself
A book is
consistently.
And so that means that you have to exercise faith for something in history to occur. So I am using
You're
evidence.
using anecdotal evidence,
not
which
tracking.
is the lowest
You're not
level of
understanding.
evidence.
You're
I am
still doing
using
this.
predictive evidence,
It's
which
not
is a
tracking.
higher level of
It's not
evidence.
tracking. His
Just because
prediction,
you're using
he has no
anecdotal doesn't
evidence
mean
for
it's
his
not
prediction.
true.
Oh my
But
God.
it is
Oh,
the
what did you
lower
say?
level. Just because it's anecdotal, wait.
That's an important thing you said
I
there.
know, of course it is. I'm not trying to knock it down. You might be right. Let me be clear. In this whole discussion, whatever T believes may be correct. I'm not saying he's definitely wrong. All right? However, being honest, we're both bringing evidence to the table. On the camera, you can see the evidence we brought. The evidence you're bringing is called anecdotal. It's written by other people.
And the evidence that you're bringing is zero for your mind.
Wait.
Don't you get that?
Predictive evidence is...
Where does your prediction come from?
This.
Where does your prediction come
I
from?
never said it didn't come from my mind.
Exactly. And what are you trying to prove? No, what are you trying to?
Tested.
No, Tony. No, Tony. No. What are you trying to prove? You're confused. What are you trying to prove?
Okay.
What are you trying to prove
I'm
here?
trying to
Tony
prove
never said
that.
no.
Actually, let me
He
try-
said
let me
Tony
try
the
one more
guy-
time.
Call me Wes,
The
call me
reason-
Wes.
I'm trying to prove is this.
No, what are you trying to prove here?
Yes, what I'm trying to prove is the reason planes fucking fly.
Nah, no, you're not answering my question. No, Tony, you're not answering my question. That's not what we're talking about. 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 We were talking about mind. We were talking about mind.
I know I'm using my mind. Why do you keep saying this? Like
Your
this
mind?
weird mantra.
Your mind.
I know I'm using my mind for
Right.
the 100th time.
And what are we trying to be?
It's
What?
not a
And
truism. It's not a big deal.
This is a different.
Blind
I'm
faith.
using my mind.
This is a different.
And plus evidence. I'm using my mind plus evidence. You're
I
using
don't
your
think it's
mind
realism.
plus
I
evidence.
think the point
Your
is-
evidence is anecdotal.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm tired. We may need to wrap up. We need to wrap up. We need to wrap up. We need to wrap up, man. We're done. We're done. We're done. I think everybody gets exactly what we, us Christians, were trying to say. Yeah.
One last thing.
Yeah.
I think the difference between
I'm afraid if he says one last thing, I'm going to want to say something back.
but that's the basis of this, you know.
Yeah, go on.
So one thing, I think what makes us different, us here on this side and you guys on that side, is that you are not willing to move just a little bit. At least we stand for. Look, hear me out. We start from the position that we can be moved, we can be wrong, we can change our minds. You can't, because to you it's so outside of logic that we believe that there's a way we can be wrong. Then you're not having this conversation in good faith. To have good faith in a conversation, you have to be willing to change your mind.
Accusing me of some ultimate question. Are planes in the sky? How have I done? Look,
Moved, man. We are willing to be moved because we are willing to change our minds because we're certain of anything.
Are you not certain of your mind?
Wait, that uncertainty allows us to move to the left and to the right. Without that uncertainty, we can't to communicate. We cannot dialogue.
You can grow.
We cannot
Grow in
argue.
our understanding of things because we know
You
we
know
don't
what-
understand.
How can you grow if you've been here for 30 years and you're saying the same thing? I'm sorry, I'm.
Challenged. It's willing to be challenged.
Thank you.
No, look, it's one thing to be not to be mean. The opposite that I see in you is that we're both willing to be here and to have conversations. In the hopes, I'm having this conversation with you in the hopes that you're willing to have your mind change, and so do you with me, right? You want to believe that I can change my mind,
but I need to
because
ask you.
you want to save me through the gospel.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't understand where you get your motivation from that you want to change my mind, because you do not know if you even have a mind.
We both want to arrive to the truth, right? So that's where my motivation is. To arrive
Is
to
the truth
best.
is the
And-
truth?
and
No, is the truth objective, guys? No, wait. 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 Just no. I need to clarify. I need to understand you. I need to understand you. I just need to understand. No, I just need to understand you, bro. I need to understand you. You said we need to get to truth. That's what you said just now.
Why?
Yes. No, not why. What is truth?
Great question.
Do you know what truth is?
I think there's no human level, subjective way to arrive to 100% truth.
So that means that you think that communication is useless. That means there's no truth. That in your own subjective view, you believe there's no truth. So why are we communicating?
You're strawmanning.
No, I'm not strawmanning you.
Yes, you are.
Is there an objective truth that's outside of us that we can get to? Yes or no?
There's none one that we can know ourselves with 100%.
Then in that-
ever, no truth, ever. In my position, at least. I thought this nominal reality. Guys, I thought this was a closing
I thought so too. I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm discussing here with you, because what I'm discussing here with you is that
I don't know what you're
the
discussing.
reason why I'm here is to construct the methods in which we can arrive to the closest thing to truth.
If you're saying that there's such thing as the closest thing to truth, you're now saying that there's a scale. Is that scale objective? Are you far off? Are you close or far away?
Who said this? But I see truth as a horizon, which you want to always get there, but there's no
You
way
may
to get
say
there.
that you're different to him. I know, and you're not the same. He's an atheist.
No, I completely agree with the phenomenon.
So then you're contradicting yourself. You can't. He's a theist.
Even with
We both believe the same thing about the nature of truth.
Someone's mic dropped.
We both believe the nature of truth. Have you lost the thing? You good?
No, sorry.
There's a clip somewhere.
You're not in the camera. You should be more in.
Is it not on here?
Is it still there?
Tea, we drink those. I don't see it. Sorry, nice guy. Look, I'm not angry. No, it's a very nice guy.
Anybody looking
Like that's why I love this space.
I think we would probably agree that truth is synonymous to the centre of an archetype, and we're trying to get as close as possible. Yeah. And we know that because we're human and we're fallible, we'll never hit pinpoint the middle. But we want to get as close as possible. That is our working method. You look at the centre of the bullseye.
What you said, but there's no objective bullseye, is there?
No, there is an objective bullseye.
So that isn't objective truth.
It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop.
My question, please. Let me go, please.
The objective truth, to define objective truth, I have to pay attention to the bullseye. That's what makes it objective. There is always an optimum way of configuring reality, which is
you're an atheist. You can ground that somewhat. Now you, an atheist.
I didn't hear any God in this.
There was no God. I'm not saying
God. Yes. It was supposed to be objective.
It was.
So, me, I have a source for that, which is the objective reality. Right? Now, if you say that there is an objective truth that is independent of you, it is outside of you, that you can access, where is that coming from? What is that? That's not eternal. That changes.
No. It's postulated it may be eternal.
Then what's
It's allowed to change. It can be a little. It takes different forms, but it's always the same nature. 100%. It just fluctuates. It's just like waves in an ocean. They go up and down. It's all the same in the ocean.
Can we wrap up?
Yeah, we're doing this finally. No, Tony, that's it, bro.
It's a low blow. Do you believe?
No.
A world that there is no God. That's my answer. Thank you. Well, thank you all. I can't even recap it. You have plenty of content to watch. You have plenty of footage to see. I think you get exactly what we were trying to get across to these guys. They were saying that we were stubborn and that we were fixed. We were not stubborn or fixed. We're given a coherent understanding as to how we explain our worldview, and they were given a circular understanding, which means that there is no faith in that. It means that there's non-existent faith.